Hello guys, this is Hello Anime Nepal, and welcome to my channel. Lately, Isekai animes are becoming popular day by day, so everyone is requesting for great list of Isekai animes. That's why I made this video, where I'll tell you 10 best Isekai animes you should watch. So now, without any further delay, let's start our video. Number 10 is Grimgar, Fantasy and Ash. When it comes to Isekai shows, OPMC tend to be at the forefront. The genre is littered with people like Kirito or Ains, who can defeat almost any foe put in front of them. While there's nothing wrong with watching an OPMCs, it's a refreshing change of pace to see one that follows a novice band of adventurers. The story can be a bit more slow-paced than fans of the genre may be used to, but it's a highly rewarding experience. Number 9 is Konosuba. Konosuba, God's blessing on this wonderful world, focuses on protagonist Kazuma Satu, who gets transported to a new world. Unlike most Isekai anime, the premise of the series focuses on Kazuma getting into ridiculous, yet hilarious situations. Even though his allies include a goddess, a knight, and a magician, things don't go as one might expect them to. The magician Megumin is obsessed with explosion magic. The Knight Darkness is a creepy masochist. And finally, there is Aqua, who, despite being a goddess, is practically useless. While not as intense as other Isekai anime, Konosuba is by far the funniest. Number 8 is the Saga of Tanya the Evil. The Saga of Tanya the Evil follows the story of Tanya de Gura Half. Originally a Japanese salaryman, he is reincarnated into a new world as Tanya by God, or being X. As a child, Tanya decides to enlist in the military. Armed with the knowledge of her past life and innate magical talent, she rises through the ranks in the hopes of one day living a life of luxury. However, being X constantly threatens this goal. He frequently puts her in dangerous situations with the objective of turning her into a devout follower. With a ruthless nature and strategic cunning, viewers can't help but support Tanya in her fight against an omnipotent being. Number 7 is Gate. The main premise of Gate follows Japan's self-defense force going to war against an invading kingdom from another world. In addition to forging relationships with the inhabitants of the new world, the JSDF also battles a variety of fantasy world creatures, including a dragon. The series does an amazing job at blending both modern-day and fantasy elements, and its use of a much older protagonist received popular reception from fans. In fact, the anime was so well received that it inspired a collaboration campaign with the real JSDF, which used characters from the anime to bring in new recruits. And in number 6, Inuyasha. Even though it's been almost 10 years since the end of Inuyasha, there are plenty of people that still see it as one of the classics. After finding herself transported from present-day Japan to the feudal era, high school student Kagome Higurashi meets the half-demon Inuyasha. This leads them to join forces and gather allies to retrieve and protect the sacred Shakan jewel from the demon Naraku. In addition to 4 film adaptations, there is also the second series Inuyasha, the final act, which serves as the anime's conclusion, and a sequel series Yashahime, Princess Half-Demon. Overall, Inuyasha is an ideal Isekai series guaranteed to please anime fans from both past and present generations. Number 5 is No Game No Life. No Game No Life is a series about neat siblings Shura and his stepsister, Shiro. Under the alias of Blank, The two siblings are undefeated champions in the world of gamers. As a result, a god transports them into a new world where every outcome is decided by playing games. Considered one of the top 5 anime of 2014, this series offers a unique twist to the traditional Isekai Anime. Fans praised the series for its concept of using games as battles. The series' breathtaking animation and the character dynamic between Shura and Shiro. Overall, this series is guaranteed to appeal to not just anime fans, but to gamers as well. Number 4 is That Time I Got Reincarnated as a Slime. That Time I Got Reincarnated as a Slime follows the story of Satoru Mikami, who was reborn as a slime. Following his reincarnation, Mikami renames himself as Rimura Tempest. Thanks to the power of the skill Predator, he can absorb the skills and powers of whatever he consumes. With his newfound abilities, he quickly evolves into one of the strongest beings in the world. The series is often praised for its cast of memorable characters. Rimura is especially popular, having been voted as the best anime protagonist of 2019 in the Crunchyroll Anime Awards. Number 3 is Ari Fureta, From Commonplace to World's Strongest. The ordinary life of 17-year-old otaku Hajime Nagumo is disrupted when he and his classmates are summoned to a fantasy world and tasked with saving mankind. While his classmates are gifted with impressive abilities useful in combat, Hajime is belittled for only gaining an inferior transmutation skill that lacks any real offensive power. During an expedition in the Great Orcus Labyrinth, Hajime is betrayed by one of his classmates, plummeting him to the bottom of an abyss. Though he survives the fall, Hajime is faced with menacing monsters and misfortunes that send him spiraling into a grim nightmare. Desperate to live and return home one day, he resolves to fight for his survival, only to meet an imprisoned vampire he names Yu, who is also seeking to escape the labyrinth. Taking an interest in him, Yu and a few others along the way accompany Hajime on his journey to find a way back home, while steadily transforming from commonplace to the world's strongest. Number 2 is Re:Zero, Starting Life in Another World. No discussion about Isekai Anime would be complete without including Re:Zero, Starting Life in Another World. The series follows protagonist Natsuki Subaru, who finds himself transported to a fantasy world cursed with a terrifying power, known as Return by Death. This power resurrects Subaru and reverses time up to a certain moment. Starting off with a light-hearted atmosphere, it quickly turns dark as Subaru finds himself dying in several brutal ways. Each resurrection gives him a new chance to protect those close to him. With its mesmerizing animation by White Fox, powerful storytelling, and a cast of likable characters like Amelia and Rem, Re:Zero is often considered one of the best Isekai series of all time. And last, number 1 is Rising of the Shield Hero. Rising of the Shield Hero follows Naofumi Iwatani, one of 4 heroes summoned to a new world in the hopes of saving it. Unfortunately, as the Shield Hero, he constantly faces discrimination from the people who summoned him. Things only get worse for him after his only companion, Princess Malti, frames him for sexual assault. As a result, he becomes a shell of his former self. From a kind, trusting person, he becomes cynical and distrustful of everyone. In addition to its intense fight scenes, this anime is also praised for its character development. Against all odds, Naofumi perseveres against hate and discrimination to prove what it means to be a true hero. If you are searching for best website to download anime, then click on the left video.